And welcome here to the 2016 Flying to the Hoop Invitational. We are packed to capacity here at the beautiful Trent Arena as we get ready to bring you live action. Huntington Prep taking on Prolific Prep. Both of these teams have a lot more in common than just having Prep in the title. Talent-laden squads for both. One of the people there, Miles Bridges, the Michigan State commit there for Huntington Prep. He is going to be going against Josh Jackson, who also has some relevance to Michigan State in terms of Tom Izzo and the Spartans being one of his possible collegiate homes. That's not decided yet. It won't be decided tonight. However, we will decide who will be the victor in what will be the third matchup of the season between Prolific Prep and Huntington Prep. We'll leave it to our public address announcer for starting lineups and be back with tip-off shortly here on SUVtv.
At guard, 6'6" junior, number 11, Onorop Butillo. And at forward, 6'8" senior, number 23, Micah Thomas. The head coach of the Fighting Irish are Kel Bruce. And now for the home team in tonight's contest from Napa, California, the Prolific Prep Crew. Starting for the crew at guard, 5'11" freshman, number 2, Pierre Rockroll. At guard, 6'5" senior, number 3, Devin Daniels. At forward, 6'8" senior, number 11, Josh Jackson. At forward, 6'7" junior, number 24, Abu Picha. And at forward, 6'9" junior, number 32, Ira Lee. The head coach of the crew, Billy McKnight. The officials assigned for tonight's contest include Kermit Jones, Henry Lucas, and Todd Baker.
And welcome back here to James S. Trent Arena. This Flying to the Hoop Invitational annually brings 20,000 fans and spectators here on site. And we are at capacity here. No more tickets are allowed to be sold. Nobody else can come here. Fire Marshal has been on warning this entire weekend. And the talent that we have on the floor, a big reason why. Prolific Prep versus Huntington Prep. This will be the third time these two teams face each other here in this season. The other two, some would consider an exhibition. This time it is for real. And we appreciate you joining us here on SUVtv for it. Huntington Prep has it. Curtis Jones going to get it over to Miles Bridges. Bridges will set the screen there for number 10. That's Ivan Gandia. That violation is going to send it over to Prolific Prep. Crockrell Jr. will bring it across. Prolific Prep was a participant in day one of Flying to the Hoop, losing a close one to La Lumiere out of Indiana, another top 25 team. Here they'll face another one here. Scored that one for Ira Lee. As Lee gives us our first points of the contest with that back to the basket move. Three-pointer from the corner. That one's off the mark. Jumping for the rebound. Josh Jackson comes away with it. Jackson up top, no sir, says Miles Bridges. Snatches that one out of the air. You should know better by now, says Bridges. Fouled on the other end. As the two Hoops colleagues and Jackson and Bridges go at it here in this one. One's already committed to Michigan State. The other, it's a possibility. Here at the free throw line, we've got number 11, Honorable Bateem. And you cannot let the talented players on both of these squads, some of the guys that, obviously they're both on two elite squads, so nobody's really unsung. Everybody can play here in these games, but you cannot let some of the names that are more notorious or often referred to as headliners, let you lose sight of the fact that these two squads are talented from top to bottom. Strong move inside. Getting Bridges in the air. Bridges trying to avoid the early foul. It's Ira Lee with 2 buckets on the inside early in this one, making it a 4-1 ball game. Curtis Jones hands it off to the southpaw for the three-pointer. He can't get it to go. Jones keeps it in bounds. Jones, the Indiana commit, player that's very hard to stay in front of. That'll be a 2 if it goes, and it's good. Curtis Jones. Jones gets his first points of the contest there, but right back at him comes Devin Daniels. Daniels chose to lay that one in, but a usual suspect to catch an oop above the rim, as we saw in yesterday's game. Goes for the easy layup there. That one's tipped around. Another opportunity coming for Prep. Here's Bridges for 3. That one won't go. Nobody wanted the rebound, I guess, as players on both sides just sort of watched it, but it's prolific Prep that comes away with it. Josh Jackson with the ball. Didn't like that loss to La Lumiere yesterday, as no team or player does. But that is water under the bridge now. Trying to make sure that prolific Prep does not lose on back-to-back nights. Huntington Prep trying to make sure that happens. One of those dynamics has to give. Should be a fun match, and we appreciate you joining us here. Jones kicks it out to Bateem. Bateem loses the footing momentarily. Bridges went up with the left, converted it to the right with the scoop shot. Couldn't get it to go. Both teams just trying to get loose. You see the coaching staff there for prolific Prep. Head coach Billy McKnight. McKnight with a bevy of coaching experience at various levels. From the college level all the way to the professional side of things. Coach Stefan Marbury in China has a very good basketball resume. Shot off the mark. Pass ahead, a lot of air under it, but Daniels comes down with it and is able to lay it in. So Daniels makes it 8-3 in favor of prolific Prep. That was until a splash from the outside there by Micah Thomas. Thomas will make the Huntington Prep total 6. These two teams playing on the national level outside of Ohio, they're able to play with the shot clock, as was the La Lumiere and prolific Prep game last night. High-level basketball here for those that have made the trip over here to Trent Arena in Kettering, Ohio. This is a great facility. On top of the teams that travel and the fans that travel from across the state and country, you have a very strong local following of players that don't have any relatives or any sort of relation to those out on the floor, but just come here for good basketball. Very basketball-savvy audience here on site at Trent Arena. Since they know good basketball when they see it, they know Ira Lee is playing that right now as he gets his 3rd bucket and makes it 10-6. Scandia has it, trying to use the Bridges screen. Able to retain possession, tries to make the most out of that, getting rid of it before additional pressure comes. Ball last touch by prolific Prep. So obviously still early in terms of this game, but both Bridges and Jackson being kept at bay early on. Curtis Jones with his 2nd bucket of the contest. First one was a deuce. This time it's a triple. Jackson has had enough, but Bridges, not on my watch, knocks that one away. Josh Jackson trying to get it back. Jones trying to keep it away from him. Bridges to Bateem. Bateem wheeling and dealing on the inside. Told you, don't sleep on anybody on either one of these rosters. Bateem threw down a couple monstrous dunks on top of his overall solid play at the Chick-fil-A Classic a few weeks back. They're on SUVtv. They're in Columbia, South Carolina. Another top 5 event in the country. Now here's Bridges. Gets the steal and lays it in on the other end. So Bridges gets on the board. We've got a timeout. We'll take one with him. Bridges trying to get going. It's taking him a little while. He's got his first buckets, but Curtis Jones, the future Hoosier, playing well early. We'll be back here on SUVtv after this quick commercial break. Back out of the timeout, 2 minutes, 40 seconds remaining here on the first quarter clock. Alley-oop up top to Josh Jackson. Jackson with the above the rim finish to make it 12-13. It's good to get in the box score, but that's a way to make an entrance. Meanwhile, Curtis Jones feeling good, feeling great here in the Dayton-Kettering area. Knocks that one down for his second triple of the first quarter. 16-12 is your score. Jackson with it, guarded by Jones. This pass inside to Ira Lee. And this is just high-level basketball, ladies and gentlemen. Jackson threw that one up. Lee with the awareness. He hadn't even looked at the rim, just had to go up strong. But still knew where he was at, and able to flush that one down. While the rim was obscure for most of that play, here is going to be an assist. Assist by Crockrell Jr., and it's Abu Keyjob that is able to finish on the other end. Let's take a look at that Josh Jackson. Actually, we'll take a look at Ira Lee's finish. So you see, he's not even looking at the rim. It's just him and Josh Jackson communicating. Jackson gets it in the vicinity. That's just being in unison there. Nice teamwork, making the dream work there for a prolific prep. Checking into the game for a prolific prep is going to be number 5, Vance Jackson. And coming in for Huntington prep, it will be number 3, Luka Petrovic. Vance Jackson with a quiet game versus La Lumiere. I believe he only finished with 5 points in that one. The Lakers did a good job of keeping him at bay. Bridges can't get the shot to go. Thomas with the follow-up. 5 points so far here in the first half for Thomas. Here's Jackson, guarded by Jones. Jones pokes it away, wraps around, not happy with the foul call. Jones giving up a couple inches. Jones at 6'4". Josh Jackson 6'8", so 4 inches to be exact. But you will not see any back down there in Curtis Jones. No back down zone overall here at the Flyin to the Hoop Invitational. Been a great day of games. We'll talk about some of the earlier finishes, whether it's a double OT thriller, a 40-point, 10-rebound performance for Harvard commit Seth Towns. Some of the other games, we'll highlight it in and out. Stop, pop, unable to get it to drop. There was Gandhi, a rebound. Jackson will bring it across the timeline. We approach the 30-second mark. Ira Lee has been money in the bank when he's touched the ball so far here in this game. Why stop now? Lee with another bucket. He's got 10 points here in the first quarter. We'll see if Huntington Prep will hold for the last shot. Jones with it up top. Keeps that pivot foot planted. Able to get a pretty good shot over the outstretched arm of the 6'8" Josh Jackson. And that is going to send us into the quarter break. We take a look at a Gatorade instant replay. You see Prolific Prep off and running. Ira Lee, he's been scoring, but he knows what time it is. Jackson on the 8th floor goes down to the 6th to get it and flush it home. Appreciate you joining us. We will be back after this short break.
The 2016 Flyin to the Hoop Invitational, powered by SUVtv, sponsored by DP&L. Stay safe and warm with Dayton Power and Light. Premier Health, offering a better healthcare experience for you. Marriott Dayton, the host hotel for the Flyin to the Hoop Invitational. Sports Image, promotion, marketing, and management. Omnisphere, advanced web solutions. Alley Cat Designs, covering everybody. Frickers, fun food and sports. And Pepsi, refresh your world.
Ready to get the second quarter going here at Trent Arena. 1 point advantage for Prolific Prep as we open up the second installment. 10 first quarter points for Prolific Prep's Ira Lee. All over that pass, though, was Miles Bridges. He's just got 2 points so far. Give him his second bucket of the game in highlight reel fashion. Now that's the Miles Bridges I know. We knew this was going to be a high-octane matchup. Looks like we're going to see a little bit of 2-3 zone here for Huntington Prep. I think Bridges has seen enough alley-oops take place. 2 alley-oops so far as Lee tries to put him in the rim. Bridges looked like he got a fingernail or two there on that pass or there on that dunk attempt. So able to stop it on one end, get the assist to Micah Thomas, who finishes with a nice touch on the other end. It's a 3-point game. Huntington Prep with the lead. Mid-range J, no good. Lee's follow-up attempt, tipped out of there over to number 0, Agent 0 in Curtis Jones. #21, Jonathan Kabongo, seeing action for Huntington Prep, provides good energy off the bench. The wraparound pass to Thomas. Thomas cannot get the three-pointer to go. 1 of 2 from three-point land. Bounce pass ahead. Nice job of seeing that angle, but it will not stay down there for Crockrell Jr. I have a couple substitutions. That's enough time for us to check out the Gatorade instant replay. Kabongo just drops it off, and you let that young fella take it from there. Testing the durability of the rims at venues nationwide. Another rim rocker there for Miles Bridges. Vance Jackson with it. Stops, leaves that one just short. It's Amadou Sow there with the bucket. Vance Jackson still trying to get going in a little bit of an offensive doldrums here so far, but still plenty of game left in this one. Nice defense played there by Prolific Preps. Devin Daniels strips that one away and keeps the possession. Breaking it up there is Petrovic. Here comes Huntington Prep. Jones takes off. Curtis Jones, it is flying to the hoop. It's only right to take flight. He's knocked down a few three-pointers. Not a player you can relegate to below the rim either. In Jones, 21-24. Bridges with the rebound. Kabongo, fall-away jumper, in and out. Vance Jackson with the rebound. He'll kick it up top to Devin Daniels. Still the 2-3 zone look here for Prep. Huntington Prep, that is. Prep doesn't let you know much in this game. Blocking foul. Bridges can't believe it, thought he was there. But it is going to be a chance for the three-point play the hard way. As you can see, Devin Daniels turning the corner quickly. Bridges was there in time, but the feet not set. Good call by the official. That one bounces around. Touches the rim, but does not go through. 24-23. Under the 5-minute mark now here in the second quarter. Vance Jackson knocks that one out of bounds. Kabongo to throw it in. One of the officials touching base at the scorer's table, not sure what for. Looks like they're checking Vance Jackson for blood there on his uniform. Not sure if they spotted blood on his uni or if it's a cut. But they're going to send in number 24 there for Prolific Prep. Abu Kijab comes back into the game. While they tend to Vance Jackson, they're on the Prolific Prep sideline. So we resume play. Bridges with it in the corner. He'll try the three. Hasn't been able to knock down his first few three-point attempts. Still getting loose from the outside. 4 points here in the first half. Tough three-point shot right there, way off. Petrovic with the rebound. Kabongo called for the travel. Unfortunate for him because he had Nick Lombardi playing that one aggressively. Lombardi had kind of lost his step. I think Kabongo saw that angle open up. Eyes got too big for his own good. Call for the travel. But Kabongo, a player whose energy will make up for any mishaps throughout the course of the game. We approach the 4-minute mark. Josh Jackson with 2 points for Prolific Prep. Sticks with the play there, able to lay it in. Miles Bridges not happy. Both teams got to take care of the ball. Huntington Prep not feeling like they did it on that possession. Jackson picks up the pieces, 25-24. Foul going to go against Jackson. He can't believe it. Looked like he got a hand on that one cleanly. Bridges with no qualms against this one. Let's see if we can get a good look at it from here. Looks pretty clean to me. Officials saw it otherwise. We got a little bit of talking going back and forth between Bridges and Jackson. Buddies off the court, believe they're going to compete on the court, and so is Curtis Jones. Jones with his third triple of the first half. Bridges driving baseline, has that cut off quickly. Here's Thomas going for a second three-pointer of the first half, unable to get it. Sticking with the play, though, is Gandia over to Bridges. You know what time it is, easy. Boyoing showing on the inside. Has Gandia with the assist. Got to be nice to just press those pogo sticks and jump up that effortlessly. For Bridges, relatively speaking, modest when it comes to his best work in terms of jumping up and finishing. Josh Jackson fine with the blue collar plays. Had an alley-oop for his first 2 points. His second two have really been just sticking with the play, picking up the pieces and laying it in. 3-point advantage for Prolific Prep, the California representative. Taking it right at Bridges, going up with the right and laying it in with the left. Abu Kijab. Tied up at 29 apiece. Under 2 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Jackson trying to turn up to Deion Jones. Jones picks up his dribble, gets it to Bridges. Got to give credit to Prolific Prep. Doing a good job of not really letting Bridges get going in the half-court setting. Jackson poking the ball away, getting called for the foul. Also cutting that baseline off, not making feeble attempts. Is Prolific Prep making sure they make things hard along the baseline for Bridges, but as with any game we've covered today, a lot of time left. It's tough to be able to keep a guy like Bridges at bay for the entirety of a game. Scored in multiple facets. Tied at 29 apiece, trying to beat the shot clock. They get it off in time. Ira Lee with the rebound. Acrobatic move inside, can't get it to go. He's got 10 first half points, but all of them in the first quarter. And it's Josh Jackson with the razzle-dazzle again off of an offensive rebound. Alley-oop ahead to Bateem. Bateem, a good guy to have on the team, makes it 31 apiece. Looks like Josh Jackson will hold for the last shot. Foul going to go against Prolific Prep, so they'll turn it over. 7.6 seconds to work with for Huntington Prep. Miles Bridges to throw it in. Threw it in the opposite direction there, but Jones, enough speed to make up for it, gets to the third level, has that shot changed. Last touch by Huntington Prep, just 0.6 of a second to work with. It's thrown up. And it won't go. Your halftime score, 31 apiece. We send you out with these closing thoughts or this visual. Josh Jackson. We call those handles. Little bit of hot dog there, able to finish it. We'll be back after halftime. Flying to the hoop.
With specialists in every area of orthopedic medicine. With a full range of orthopedic care, from physical therapy to complex surgical procedures. With a passion for helping you live life to the fullest. That's how we're leading in orthopedics. That's how Premier Health is leading with care.
Welcome back to Trent Arena. Just seconds away from getting the second half started here. Prolific Prep versus Huntington Prep. 31-31. You look at the high scores on both sides. Curtis Jones for Huntington Prep with 10 points there in the first half. Miles Bridges with 9. Leading scorer for Prolific Prep was Ira Lee, who had 10 points in the first quarter and was held scoreless in the second as things tightened up on the inside for Huntington Prep. Miles Bridges doesn't take him long to attack here in the third quarter. You look at Bridges, he just had 9 points there in the first half. He shot 4 of 8 from the field, 1 of 3 from three-point land, didn't really force it. Another thing I like about Bridges' game, at times he can take more shots than others, but he's one of those players where you sort of let him do what he does, obviously within the system. You don't want total pandemonium out there, but Coach Arkell Bruce and Huntington Prep lets him play his game, and that game involves being a great resource on both ends, good energy, great motor. So just 9 points there in that first half. Didn't try to force anything. I definitely see him trying to assert his will and be more aggressive here in the second half. Same thing with Josh Jackson, who ended up finishing with 8 points for Prolific Prep there in the first half. A lot of those on Hellman and Lunch Pail plays on the inside where he was just able to stick to the offensive glass or get a quick steal and convert. That one rolls around and falls down to make it 33-31. Yvonne Gandia with the bucket. A little bit of high-low action. The reverse by Key Job. Ira Lee gets it in there. So it was Lee on the block taking the entry passes and scoring early on in the game. This time he'll throw it in from the top of the key. Lee with it up top. Now there's Jackson. Jackson guarded by Jones, who's done a pretty good job on Jackson so far up to this point. But we all know both teams and the individual players are going to turn things up as this game goes on. Here's Jones. Drops it off to Gandia. Gandia too strong on the shot. Jackson skies for the rebound. Poked away by Gandia. Jackson for 3. In and out. Bridges crosses over Key Job. Nifty reverse inside. So with Bridges, he'll bring that brute strength to the table, but it's not just the strength. The athleticism, and he'll take the East Lansing. Very big resource as well. That one's in the Ira Lee. Strong move inside there against the outstretched arm of Bridges. Now Bridges will try a contested 3. Not sure if he called glass. Strong take by Jones right at Jackson. No good on the shot. I think Jones wanted a foul, doesn't get it. Jones lost the handle momentarily. Now he'll get it to Lee. Lee has it poked away by Bridges. Over to Thomas. Thomas loses the handle temporarily. Jones. Curtis Jones not happy on that one. He was just waiting for the ball, calling for it. Thomas couldn't get the handle on it. So that's going to go the other way. 3-point lead for Huntington Prep. Gandhi ahead to beat him. Windmill alley-oop caught and finished there by Miles Bridges. Sparty Nation. I know we've got some members of Sparty Nation watching this one. And we probably had a few cups spilled. Wherever you guys are watching this one at, let's take a look at it. They throw it ahead to Bettine. Bridges goes up, alley-oop with the windmill. Gatorade instant replay. Miles Bridges. Seconds away from resuming play from the timeout. And that last play by Miles Bridges is just one example of why this event is sold out. And another reason why we have plenty joining us here on the live webcast as well. And what you like about good matchups is that while you'll have one player that is rising to the top, you've got opponents on the other side here with this loaded lineup that are only going to take it higher with them. Iron sharpening iron here throughout this matchup. So you might see a jab from Miles Bridges, a counter by Josh Jackson. Curtis Jones will follow it up. And it might be Micah Thomas, Bettine, or somebody else on Huntington Prep. The moral of the story is must-see TV. We knew it would be that coming into this matchup. Only 31 points for both teams at the half, but you knew the second half was going to heat up. Bridges can't get the jumper to go. Bettine with the rebound out to Jones. Jones thought about pulling it for a second. Instead, he'll try to use the Bridges screen. Here's Thomas. Thomas off the back of the rim. Bettine with another offensive rebound, but Josh Jackson pokes it away. Here's Keyjob. Protects it in order to keep Bridges from getting it. Bridges got a finger on it, but not enough to really poke it away. It's Amadou Sow. Sow right there with the dunk. Here's Devin Daniels coming the other way. As he is fouled on the play. Second team foul going to go against Bridges. So that's going to send another leaper in his own right, Devin Daniels. For any of our old NBA Live players, Daniels has the little shoe with the wing on it as well in terms of that high flyer icon. First free throw is good. Checking in for prolific prep number 4, Colleen Bennett, the sophomore. Checking back in is Kabongo for Huntington Prep. Kabongo, a sophomore as well. Two sophomores checking in to the game for their respective teams. Second free throw good for Daniels, 40-39. 1 point advantage for Huntington Prep. Bridges for 3.
From downtown, Miles Bridges.
His second three-point make of the game. It's taking him a little longer to get going from the outside. Jackson going to be fouled by Jones. As We see Bridges with a little Kevin Garnett there. Not going to let that one go through the rim without knocking it away. Josh Jackson will throw it in for a Prolific Prep. But Team and Micah Thomas go to the bench for Huntington Prep. Spoku Mapungu checks into the game. Here's Curtis Jones. Jones has the shot changed, and he's fouled by Ira Lee.
Foul on the crew, number 32, Ira Lee. That's his second, team's third. Curtis Jones at the line, shooting.
As we mentioned, Lee will be headed to the Big Ten to play his college ball. There with Coach Tom Crean in Indiana.
In for Prolific Prep, number 5, Vance Jackson.
Another player that was here last year, Jalen Coleman Lands, that's in the Big Ten now. He's at Illinois. Played for that same La Lumiere squad that was able to get a victory over Prolific Prep yesterday. Coleman Lands shooting the ball very well for the Fighting Illini here this season. His younger brother, Isaiah Coleman Lands, not too far behind with the way he shot the ball versus Prolific Prep last night. Finished with 19 points. Kick to the corner for the Southpaw 3. Off the mark, tipped around. They play Klinko on the inside. Daniels comes up with it, and they're going to wave that off. So it's going to go against Josh Jackson. One of the things you'll notice in that matchup between Jackson and Bridges, both of those guys off, not to a slow start in terms of struggling, but really just good defense on both sides. But they know how to get their activity level going in other ways. Attacking the offensive glass, cranking it up on the defensive end, getting the turnover, and trying to let that warm things up. They're going to pass it ahead. Going to be knocked away. Jones tries to save it. Petrovic gets it to Kabongo, who hesitates now. He'll wrap around. A little bit of a helter-skelter possession here so far, and it's going to end up with the reverse by Curtis Jones. Jones is feeling good. That's going to prompt a timeout, though, on behalf of Prolific Prep. Curtis Jones, he had 10 points there in the first half. He's got a 20-piece nugget here in the second quarter, or third quarter, I should say. Time flies when you're having fun. Don't go anywhere here on SUVtv. Back out of the timeout. Huntington Prep has opened up an 11-point advantage. Cut that one to 8. Three-pointer from the corner for Devin Daniels. When you play the types of schedules that both of these teams play, you're going to be battle-tested. High school basketball, you can lose to any team on any given night, but when you're playing amongst the ranks of the Huntington Preps, Prolific Preps, La Lumiere, Findlay Preps, and so on and so forth, you're going up against some of the nation's best night in, night out. So you don't expect Prolific Prep to fold or to panic. They come right back, and out of that timeout, 4 straight points. Miles Bridges just sort of holding that. He's not going to let Key Job just stand off of him. Sizing up that three-pointer. He'll launch it. Shot won't go. Rebound pulled out of there by Daniels, who will throw it up.
At the end of 3 quarters, your score.
And that is how we end the third quarter, 44-50. We take a look at Miles Bridges. See the nice move, the crossover. See him finish above the rim. Nice little contortionist impression there. We'll be back with the fourth quarter here in Kettering, Ohio.
The 2016 Flyin to the Hoop Invitational, powered by SUVtv. Sponsored by DP&L. Stay safe and warm with Dayton Power and Light. Premier Health, offering a better healthcare experience for you. Marriott Dayton, the host hotel for the Flyin to the Hoop Invitational. Sports Image, promotion, marketing, and management. Omnisphere, advanced web solutions. Alley Cat Designs, covering everybody. Frickers, fun food and sports. And Pepsi, refresh your world.
All right, basketball fans, welcome back to the beautiful Trent Arena. Was able to meet Mr. James S. Trent earlier today, talking with tournament or event director Eric Horseman. Always nice to meet the particular person a building or a court is named after. And you can find James S. Trent right there at the half-court line, sitting, taking in all of these games. Why not? Hard to think of a better place to be here on your Saturday night. That one rolls around and stays down. Nice take there by Devin Daniels, who was putting together a pretty good game. His 13th point of the contest. Kabongo gets it over to Jones. Jones has 20 on the night. Now here's Bridges. Now he'll try the mid-range. A jumper and aspect of Bridges' game has improved each year. Hit some very big jumpers to help Huntington Prep get to that championship game in the Chick-fil-A Classic, the one where they were defeated by Oak Hill. But Abu Kijab knocks that one down. Miles Bridges' hand in face. Good defense, better offense by Kijab. Makes it 49-52. Here's Kabongo. Kabongo pushes the lead back to 6. Hesitating, now turning the corner. Too strong off the glass. We'll have a foul called on the play. Foul going to go against Amadou Sow. As Kabongo will bring it across. Josh Jackson getting a rest here for a prolific Prep. He probably won't sit for too long. Miles Bridges knocks down another three-pointer. Bridges makes it a 9-point game. Vance Jackson trying to work hard inside. Clearing some space and earning a trip to the free throw line. Good work by Vance Jackson. Hasn't been an easy game or an easy Flyin to the Hoop Invitational for him so far. Putting his head down, working hard, earning a trip to the charity stripe there. Vance Jackson headed to the University of Connecticut to play his college ball. Committed to Coach Kevin Ollie and company. You'll see another UConn commit here in Trent Arena tomorrow, and Alterique Gilbert for Miller Grove High School. Actually, they play on Monday, so they'll make it to town tomorrow, but will not play until Monday. But they will make it in time to be able to sit back and find out whether Alterique Gilbert, the McDonald's All-American Game nominee, is actually on the roster for the Mickey D's game. And when it comes to that, we'll have a lot of players tuned into that announcement, as you've got a ton that are on that list here in town for the Flyin to the Hoop Invitational. It's an 8-point game. Now Devin Daniels going to take a crack at guarding Bridges. That shot's off the mark. Daniels has it knocked out of bounds. So Josh Jackson has checked back in to the game, just 8 points so far. Meanwhile, it's Vance Jackson. More work on the offensive glass. Got to the free throw line. His last possession there, able to muscle it in. It's a 6-point lead now. Prolific Prep trying to close the gap. Did a great job of responding once a Curtis Jones 5-point run made it an 11-point game. But still a cat and mouse game so far. Ivan Gandia pushes it back to 8. Pass by Lee. Lee nowhere to go along the baseline, so luckily he finds a lifeline in Josh Jackson. As the smaller Gandia still had a good position. Wasn't going to make it easy for Lee on the inside. He gets the assist to Jackson. But team has the chair pulled out from under him. Going to be picked up. Kijab gets it back from Daniels. And he will go to the line. Abu Kijab calling for a towel. Gets one there from Coach Billy McKnight. As he will head to the line. Billy McKnight on one side, head coach Arkel Bruce on the other side for Huntington Prep. Kijab at the line. Gets the first free throw. Back in for Huntington Prep, number 21, Jonathan Kabongo. Second Kijab free throw. Pulls Prolific Prep to within 4 points. We are under the 4-minute mark. Bridges guarded by Daniels, sizing up the three-pointer. That one's way off. Rebound pulled down by Vance Jackson. Jackson lost the handle and a tough turnover there for Prolific Prep. As the temperature has risen here in Trent Arena, you can see some of that condensation on the ball just by how it slipped out of the hands of Vance Jackson. You even saw Kabongo a few minutes ago calling for a towel before he shot those free throws. A lot of perspiration on the ball, guys getting after it. Not sure what the officials are discussing here. Josh Jackson just ready to resume play. He has work to do. His team down 4. And Huntington Prep doing a good job on him defensively. See if Jackson and Prolific Prep get the last laugh as we approach the 3-minute mark. Kabongo over to Thomas. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Kabongo, air ball, rebound, Josh Jackson. Jackson looking to push. Kicks it to the corner to Vance Jackson. Josh passed up on the three-pointer. That pass intended for Vance Jackson. Right there is Ivan Gandia. To be a little guard, we've seen Gandia mixing it up inside with the trees a lot over the past few minutes. Just looking to get it done wherever he needs to. Doesn't mind mixing it up. As Huntington Prep trying to hold on to this lead. You know, Jackson's going to have something to say about it. Here's the screen by Lee. Lee's shot, no good. Tipped around. Vance Jackson keeps it alive. Key job. No good on the reverse. Tipped out of there. And this is going to be an easy play. Curtis Jones.
Future Indiana Hoosier, Curtis Jones.
Knew Jones was going to take flight there. That's an easy one. Prolific Prep attacking the offensive glass, trying to get another opportunity. Jones leaks out. Puts them up by 6. Catch and shoot for Vance Jackson. Kabongo got a piece of it. Now they get it ahead to Gandia. Kabongo wants a three-pointer. Not sure if you necessarily need that shot there for Huntington Prep. You're up 6. And it's a three-pointer. Wasn't like they pulled it initially in transition. They swung that to Kabongo rather quickly. And he takes a 3. Don't think you'll see Huntington Prep just totally dribble it out, but you'll probably get a better shot than that and run a little bit more clock off. Timeout call for Huntington Prep. They'll take a full. We go to the Gatorade replay. You're going to see Curtis Jones nearly hits his teeth on the rim.
Seconds inbound pass to Marbury. As he works on the defense of Johnson, dribbles by Robinson, takes it to the baseline, running jump shot, good! 2 seconds left.
Back to Trent Arena. Prolific Prep still trying to make it happen. Public address announcer just announced the final. New England 27, Kansas City Chiefs 20. New England advancing. Part of what makes me love basketball so much is also what makes me not the biggest New England Patriots fan, as you see Coach Arkell Bruce there for Huntington Prep. Growing up a Colts fan, you saw the Patriots stand in the way plenty of times. Can respect it, but not necessarily the favorite team. Either way, they win and they move on. Trying to get a win here is Huntington Prep in a good position to do so as they lead by 6. Under 1:20 to play. Making it very hard for Prolific Prep to score. Bridges over to Jones. Jones lost the handle on the ball. It continues to be slippery. Jackson behind the back to Lee. Lee loses the handle temporarily, but gets it over to Key Job. He'll try a three-pointer. Follows his shot. Fouled on the play. Could have used an and one there, but he'll have to settle for 2 attempts from the free throw line.
Foul on Huntington Prep number 2, Trace Young. Correction foul on number 0, Curtis Jones.
You can just see how slippery it is out there on the court. Each time Key Job has went to the free throw line, he's had to sort of go over there and wipe his hands off. Even on that three-point attempt that he took, where he followed his shot and got the rebound, you could just really see the ball slip off. Not making an excuse. Both teams playing with it and playing through it. First free throw's good.
Timeout Huntington Prep, a 30-second timeout.
Timeout Huntington Prep. 30-second one. Coach Bruce wants to talk it over. at Prolific Prep there, 14-4. And they were 6-0 against top 25 high school teams coming into this event. 6-1 with that loss versus La Lumiere. Talked about Josh Jackson with offers from Michigan State, but also others include Arizona, Duke, Kentucky, Maryland, North Carolina. Some of your college basketball blue bloods. Big play there by Ira Lee. Free throws missed. Lee skies in to tip it in, and it's a three-point game. See if Prolific Prep goes to try to get a turnover. That could have been one right there. Josh Jackson was trying his best to get to that ball. No, we'll have a timeout. Thought a foul was called, but they actually got the timeout. I guess that's why Jackson didn't get to that ball. Let's take a look at the Gatorade replay. Look at Ira Lee working hard there. A little bit of a swim move. We're talking about NFL playoffs. That's a swim move that a lineman will be proud of there. Big play there by Ira Lee. He makes it a three-point game. Sellout crowd here on hand at Trent Arena. Event averages over 20,000 in attendance each year. A lot of great facilities covered in the tournament and the game schedule that we have. This one here at Trent Arena ranks among the best. Home of the Fairmont Firebirds. Gotta be nice to have this facility be your home gymnasium. Jones hands it off. Now it's up top to Bridges. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Bridges fouled on the play. That's going to send Miles Bridges to the free throw line. Foul going to go against Keyjob. I think there was some confusion there, like the officials were going to have them inbounded there along the baseline. Fouled in the act of shooting. First free throw is off the mark. So shot clock no longer an issue for either squad. Bridges good on the second free throw. So a two-possession game. Jackson trying to get a quick score. Floats that one up off the front of the rim. Prolific Prep attacks the offensive glass. Jackson sticks with it and gets the bucket. Looks like he might get a delay of game warning there. Not sure what else the official could be calling.
Delay of game warning.
Yep, delay of game warning going to go against Jackson. So Jackson sticking with it, able to get that lay-in and making sure Huntington Prep doesn't inbound it too quickly. Prolific Prep wanted the call that Ivan stepped out of bounds. Ivan Gandia. Prolific Prep right there. It's tough for us to really say anything from this angle, but you had the entire Prolific Prep bench that was pointing to that line saying that Gandia stepped out. Obviously, they're a little biased there in terms of that topic, but Rarely will you see that much of a resounding consensus that something was there. Even if you see coach pulling forward or a couple bench players pulling forward, you had that entire row saying that Gandia stepped out. A little bit of it could have been the official just sort of letting it go because there was some contact there along the sideline. So Gandia at the free throw line. .5 seconds remaining on the game clock. First free throw. Bounces around. It misses. Vance Jackson with the rebound. Gets it to Keyjob. About 6 seconds to work with. Keyjob picks up his dribble. They're going to get a hand on the pass. And you can just feel the agony for Prolific Prep. Josh Jackson very frustrated. You know he wanted a chance to be able to score there. They get the stop. They get the missed free throw. And they turn it over before they get a shot to tie the game up. And Steamin' Joe's one of the sponsors here at the Flyin to the Hoop Invitational. It is Steamin' Josh there on the court right now. Josh Jackson not happy. You can understand his pain. Even if he doesn't get that shot to possibly tie it up. You hate not being able to get any sort of shot at all there, turning it over. So Prolific Prep gets a full timeout. That free throw is missed. We'll take a timeout with them. When we get back, we'll bring you more here from the 2016 Flyin to the Hoop Invitation.
With specialists in every area of orthopedic medicine. With a full range of orthopedic care, from physical therapy to complex surgical procedures. With a passion for helping you live life to the fullest. That's how we're leading in orthopedics. That's how Premier Health is leading with care.
Out of the timeout, 1.2 seconds left. They'll throw it up. Jump ball, Josh Jackson catches it, throws it up, and it's good! Josh Jackson! Do you see why he was upset? Do you see why he was upset about not getting a chance to be able to tie the game up there on that play? They throw a jump ball up. Josh Jackson gets it and hits the type of shot that shows you why you can throw a dart out to any list of major colleges and why he's got an offer from them. As he hits a big one right there. You can see this crowd is on their feet. Let's take a look at that last shot. As you're going to see Bridges with a hand up. That one is money in the bank. That is a big-time shot. Big-time players make big-time plays. And ladies and gentlemen, Josh Jackson just made one as he has stunned Huntington Prep. Nothing else I can say about that one, ladies and gentlemen. This has been a great night when it comes to sports. Auburn beats Kentucky. NFL football is going on. And here in the world of high school basketball, Josh Jackson of Prolific Prep has just stolen a game here at Trent Arena. We appreciate you joining us here on SUVtv. Signing off from Kettering, Ohio.